Very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, which is Certified Business Analysis Professional. And my name is Varun Pawar, and we are preparing for the certification related to the ECBA, CCBA, and CBAP from IIB, obviously. So far, what we were doing, we were on requirement lifecycle management, and we have done with our first activity, which is a trace requirement. And now today we will focus on the maintain requirements. Well, the objective, the purpose is to first of all, this session will be very short because this is there is nothing much to tell about this. There are two, three things that you have to remember, and it will be done. So the purpose is to retain accuracy and consistency of requirement throughout and to support reuse of requirements in other solution. And that's it. You have to understand and note down these three keywords: accuracy, consistency, reuse, and you will be done. And why we are reusing, that we will talk about this. The purpose is to retain accuracy and consistency of requirement throughout and to support reuse of requirements in other solutions. A requirement that is an ongoing need must be maintained to ensure that it remains valid and relevant over time. And why we say valid and relevant over time? Because then only you will reuse it. In order to maximize the benefits of maintaining and reusing requirements, the requirement should be consistently represented, reviewed and approved for maintenance using a standardized process, easily accessible and understandable. So all the requirements that is maintained in some repository or some requirement lifecycle management tool, these requirements are represented in that way that the business analyst can go anytime and modify the attributes of that requirement plus update the requirement altogether to make that requirement relevant over the period of the time. So what are the inputs? Well, for the maintain requirement, most of the activities in requirement lifecycle management would have only two inputs, this requirement and the design. So here also it's a requirement and the design. So requirements, it includes goals, object, whether requirement or a design, both includes the goals, objective, business requirements, stakeholder requirements, solution requirement, and transition requirements. First, you should have a requirements, then only you will able to maintain that requirement. That is the whole solo purpose. And same goes for the designs that need to be maintained throughout the requirement lifecycle. So those should be presented. And we should have an information management approach which will help you to manage the reuse or how to reuse the requirement. And then we have the output, which is requirement maintained and design maintained. So requirement maintained, both of them are basically defined once and available for long-term usage by the organization. So the requirements are there, designs are there using some requirement lifecycle management tool, and there all the requirements are going, which the business analyst is access to or other stakeholder is also having access to. And then the requirements are defined in that way that it can be reused in upcoming future or in other projects or in other initiatives. And the same goes for the design, may be reusable once defined, for example as self-contained components that can be made available for possible future use. And then, well, the elements. So we have three elements for this. First one is maintain requirements. Requirements are maintained. Why we maintain the requirements? Requirements are maintained so that they remain correct and current after an approved change. BAs are business analysts are responsible for the maintenance to ensure level of accuracy is retained. For requirements to be properly maintained, they must be clearly named and defined and easily available to the stakeholders. Business analysts also maintain the relationship among the requirements, set of requirements, and associated business analysis information to ensure that the context and the original intent of the requirement is preserved. Maintain attributes, these are the attributes. So business analysts elicit requirement attributes, and it happens during the elicitation phase itself. Information such as the requirement source, priority, and complexity aid in managing each requirement throughout the life cycle. Some attributes change as the BA uncovers more information and conducts further analysis. An attribute may change even though the requirement does not. So you can understand in that way that the attributes of the requirements like, so I hope you remember Kara soups that we talked about the business analysis information management, where we talked about the requirement attributes like complexity, author, absolute reference, ownership, right? So these are the attributes of the requirement, and some of these attributes may change even though the requirement does not. So like the update time, there are a lot other attributes pertaining to the requirement. The ownership, the author, absolute reference of that requirement doesn't change. That's a unique ID. So that doesn't change. Other than that, updates, ownership could be changed, complexity could be changed, right? The priority could be changed, urgency could be changed. So these attributes can be changed, and it could happen like the requirement doesn't change, but these attributes change. So I will prefer you to just read out that requirement attributes in business analysis information management. Then we'll go further. The third element is reusing requirements. So requirements that are candidate for long-term use by the organization are identified, clearly named, defined, and stored in a manner that makes them easily retrievable by other stakeholders. And depending on the level of the abstraction and intended need being addressed, requirements can be reused. Wherever we can reuse requirements is within the current initiative, within similar initiatives, within similar departments, and throughout the entire organization. Requirements at high level of abstraction may be written with limited reference to specific solution. So understanding that with that a requirement which is very detailed and which is always having a reference to any solution which is being part of the release, uh, less chances that these requirements can be reused, because only those requirements can be reused which does not have a direct link to any solution, or does not have any the reference, or is not very detailed, right? So those are the good candidate for reuse. The same lines being written here. The requirement at high levels of abstraction may be written with limited reference to specific solutions. Requirements that are represented in a general manner without direct ties to a particular tool or organization structure tend to be more reusable. These requirements are less subject to revision during a change. As requirements are expressed in more detail, they become more tightly associated with a specific solution. Specific references to application or departments limits the reuse of requirements and design across an organization. So stakeholders validate the proposed requirements for reuse before they can be accepted into a change. Well, who are the stakeholders and what they use maintained requirement for? Well, we have domain subject matter expert. Domain subject matter expert references the maintained requirement on daily basis to ensure that the stated needs still valid. Then we have implementation subject matter expert. It refers when developing regression test and conducting impact analysis for an enhancement. We have the operational support, which is also known as help desk, likely to be referenced to confirm current state. So they refer the maintained requirement to confirm the current state. Then we have regulatory, likely to be referenced to confirm the compliance. And then we have the tester. It help in, so this maintain requirements help them in creating the test plan and test case scenarios, or the test case creation of the test cases. And what are the techniques? Well, we have a couple of techniques here. So business rule analysis, identify business rules similar across the enterprise in order to facilitate reuse. Data flow diagrams, identify info flow that may be similar across the enterprise in order to facilitate reuse. So most of them you would find that is for reuse. Data modeling, used to identify data structure that may be similar across the enterprise in order to facilitate reuse. Document analysis, analyze existing documentation about an enterprise that can serve as the basis for maintaining and reusing requirements. Functional decompositions, identify requirements associated with the components and available for reuse. Process modeling, identify requirements associated with the processes that may be available for reuse. Use cases and scenarios, identify a solution component that may be utilized by more than one solution. User stories, identify requirements associated with the story that may be available for reuse. So most of the techniques here is revolve around the reuse concept. So that's it from maintain requirement in requirement lifecycle management. And I hope you are finding my videos, or whatever you say, tutorials, useful for your CBAP certification or ECBA, CCBA examinations. I'll keep creating such videos, but what I need is I need your support. Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and if possible, share it with your friends as well. Thank you.